What's up, guys? Alright. We're gonna invade. We are going to pick... What do you guys want? What do you guys want? Anybody got me? No Godzillas. Done playing a Godzilla already. Not that I'm getting sick of them. I will still continue to play Godzilla. I just want to play somebody else right now. How about Destroyah? Destroyah? Yeah, let's do Destroyah. Yes. Alright. Oh no. It's Destroyah. Alright. So this thing. Nicknamed him the Devil's Pet. I was gonna say Devil's Plaything, but he's the devil will run for his money, to be perfectly honest. This guy. Let me tell you, Destroyah, hands down, possibly one of the most powerful creatures in the Godzilla universe. Why, you might ask? Well, one of the reasons is because of his sheer size. I mean, look at him, for fuck's sake. He's huge. I mean, right, his height, I believe, he's one of the largest kaiju in the game at, like, what was it, 120 meters? Yeah, that sounds about right, yeah. So he towers over original Showa Godzilla, which only stood just a hair over 100 meters. Battra. Lovely. Exactly the kind of creature that I wanted to fight right now. Alright, well this is going to be a pain in the ass. Not so much. Battra's easier to fight than Mothra. Not gonna lie though, fighting Battra, I've actually come to like it because it's a very flashy fight. A lot of nonsense happening. A lot of shit being thrown out. Like shit like this. Fucking ends forever, and I still get hit. Ridiculous. So a little trivia for you guys. Destroyah, funny enough, was actually created by the oxygen destroyer that was used on Godzilla, the original movie, the 1954 Godzilla movie. Now, story behind that, Godzilla was on a rampage, and nothing could stop him, no conventional weapons could even touch him. So the military asked the help of Dr. Serizawa to concoct a weapon that would be able to destroy Godzilla once and for all. He eventually did it, and it was called the Oxygen Destroyer. The weapon worked so well, it actually rended the flesh from Godzilla's bones, leaving just a hollow skeleton. And actually, Dr. Serizawa believed that this weapon was so powerful, mankind was not ready for it yet, so he destroyed both himself and all of the work associated with it so that no one could get their hands on it. Unfortunately, though, Dr. Serizawa was, no offense to him in actually creating the weapon, but he did not have enough time to do enough research into the negative effects of what would actually happen if he created and unleashed this said weapon against, well, you know, the ocean floor, because, funny enough, Destroyah is not one creature. He is made up of millions of crustaceans. So, he can actually transform into different versions, funny enough. I can't funny enough. But yes, he can transform, essentially. He can break himself down into many smaller crustaceans, about, I don't know, about 9 feet tall, or about 3 meters. Or maybe even ones that are 25 meters, 75 feet tall. And then also he has a flying version that is about half the size as you see right now. And then he has his final form, of course. Final form, though, is devastating. Put it that way. In the movie, he actually, this version, this final form actually kills juvenile Godzilla. And almost kills Godzilla himself while Godzilla's in his burning Godzilla form. Now, for those of you who don't know who a Burning Godzilla is, well, more fun fact trivia for you. Burning Godzilla actually is the culmination of Godzilla absorbing too much energy over the last 50 years. 40 years? Close enough. But yeah, he absorbed so much radiation over that time, not even in a short span of time, just so much radiation that his body basically gave up, and his organs started failing. And the result was what Burning Godzilla is. Insanely powerful. Destroyah himself, for how powerful he is and how much armor he has, was only able to withstand a few shots from the red spiral beam from Burning Godzilla. Highly powerful. Sadly, though, Godzilla actually did not live to see the end of that movie, because, unfortunately, even after destroying Destroyah, funny to say, destroying Destroyah, he actually, he reached, his core body temperature reached 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit, and his G cells could not keep up with reproducing his cells at that point, and he melted, essentially. Now, they predicted in the movie that two things would have happened. Either there would create a supernova explosion that would wipe out the Earth, or create a massive he would crunch in on himself and create a massive black hole, consuming the Earth. And they decided that, well, that's unacceptable, so they used freeze weapons at the end of the game during the final fight to actually cool Godzilla's body temperature enough down to where it was just basically nuclear fallout all over that entire city. But no fear, because after that was all said and done, what ended up happening was the juvenile Godzilla actually wasn't dead, so to speak. He was barely unconscious. He was close to death. And he absorbed all of his father's radiation and became, well, the Godzilla that we know today. Actually, I wouldn't say the Godzilla we know today, because there's many iterations of the Godzilla. I would have to do my research again, but I believe that Godzilla, that juvenile Godzilla, actually became what was the Godzilla in, have you ever seen the movie Godzilla Final Wars? Great movie, by the way. Godzilla fights all his old adversaries, and literally whoops ass during the whole movie. Thank God that thing went down quickly. But enough about me talking about the history of Godzilla. I don't know if you guys like that. Well, I'm not going to keep you... You guys, I imagine you guys got better things to do than listen to me talk, you know? You can watch this giant, horrifying monster destroy an entire city, while simultaneously beating up another giant monster. Fucking horrifying. If I was to ever see this thing, I'd probably scream. Because this thing shows no mercy to anybody. Doesn't matter who it is. It would be an interesting mashup to see this guy go up against King Ghidorah, because, if you guys probably know, and in case you didn't know, not Mecha, but King Ghidorah himself has actually never been defeated in single one-on-one combat. If someone has ever actually gone up against him, he's had... It doesn't matter if it's Godzilla or anybody else. They've always had help taking Ghidorah down. Unless we're kind of Kaiser Ghidorah, in which case then, well, yeah, Godzilla fucking single-handedly, basically. But yeah, that would be a fight I'd like to see. King Ghidorah versus Destroyah. And we can't make that happen in this game. But I would love to see that as a movie. Maybe not exactly what I want to do, but I'll take it. I am on top of the building. Now I'm down. I'm on the building. Building is gone. Why didn't you have images before? Come on. G-Force has satellite technology. I know they do. Mechagodzilla. Do not tell me that you just now are receiving live video feeds of the monster that's actually attacking you guys. The second one, not the first one. It's still the first one, even. Okay, well, that happened. Wasn't even paying attention. Trying to blow up the rest of these fucking buildings. Ooh, ow. I'm not gonna lie, there's some nice nods in this game to a lot of things. Like, for example, the weaponry that Mechagodzilla uses, just listen to the noise it makes. Listen to that. That's great. It's exactly how the sound he made back in 1974, I believe the movie actually came out. A long time ago. Really brings back memories. I have not seen those videos in a long time. Movies, videos, and it's basically the same thing now. I might actually go and watch them just for the sake of it. Well, you're not doing it. Good. Now you're my bitch. So I've done my research into this game a little bit, and there actually are different tiers, well, not tiers, yeah, tiers, I would say, of monsters. And throughout, I want to say, what is it called? King of Kaiju mode? So survival mode and story mode, the enemies get progressively harder and harder. So for example, Battra and Mechagodzilla are tier 1 monsters. I would say Rodan and Mothra, those are tier 2. And then you have Destroyah and like Space Godzilla and the Godzilla you play as in story mode. Those are tier 3.